Yo, what it is, YouTube? It's your boy Nitsi coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. I want to show you guys how I've been using that SSLE channel script, okay, in 2025 to get pro melodic auto-tune vocals, okay? So sorry guys, my camera died. I was making some other videos and my camera died, but I still wanted to make this video today for y'all to show you how I've been using it. So let's listen to the track. Let's not waste a second. Let's go.
Viens on fait le show. Pas de trace, tu aurais visé sur un pack, mais tu peux citer le flow. All eyes on me, en pleine lune, ma comique. Kitty, je touche au plus près, la plus claire des lunes. 360 et mettre jack. Ça c'était moi qui étais quoi. OG met dans la lumière sur le passé. Je t'aime et qui t'aimera à vie dans mes pensées. Plus jamais 6 heures et tous mes œufs dans le même panier. De causes cachées, bien que je continue de creuser, je reconnais la pierre précieuse du colon au cristal. D'où je viens moi, les rêves sont interdits.
Really dope song. It kind of reminds me of like Little Uzi Vert, Rowdy Rich type of melodic auto-tune vocals. All right, so really dope. Now let's look at the SSLE channel strip. The SSLE channel strip is kind of like a Swiss Army knife, that has like a toenail clipper, a corkscrew, a can opener. It's a tool that has everything in it. Generally, when I use the SSLE channel strip, I usually have both these two buttons clicked on, which is the split as well as the channel out. And this is a very important thing to use, so let's bypass it with and without.
Viens on fait le show. Pas de trace, tu aurais visé sur un pack, mais tu peux citer le flow. All eyes on me, en pleine lune, ma comique. Kitty, je touche au plus près, la plus claire des lunes. 360 et mettre jack. Ça c'était moi qui étais quoi. OG met dans la lumière sur le passé. Je t'aime et qui t'aimera à vie dans mes pensées.
So very subtle, but we're just ever so slightly cleaning up the vocal. Kind of like when you walk into a barbershop and you just say, can you clean up my hair? You don't want them to cut it all off, all this good vocal character, right? You just want them to trim it up a little bit. And that's what I like to use the SSLE for. So most important thing with the SSLE is the filters. Okay, so the filter section is kind of like any other filter. Genuinely, I usually use the filter, just sparingly, you know what I mean? It has a certain type of shape to it that I love a lot, but I only like to use it just ever so slightly. You feel me? Maybe like 20 hertz or something like that. Okay, so then after that, you have your parametric EQ. Everything right here is pretty self-explanatory. First, one thing I always do when I'm on the SSLE for rap or melodic vocals, I always push this blue band right here. I always push it like this, and I kind of sweep the frequency that I want to hear with my notch at the smallest value, and I always dig out that low mid resonance.
Viens on fait le show. Pas de trace, tu aurais visé sur un pack, mais tu peux citer le flow. All eyes on me, en pleine lune, ma comique. Kitty, je touche au plus.
All right, so I'll also kind of do the same thing with the low shelf as well. Most importantly, I want to talk about the dynamic section inside the SSLE. First of all, you have the compressor section, which is right here. And with the compressor section, what I usually do is I usually approach it in two ways with the ratio, right? If I want my vocal to be glued together, what I'll do is I'll drop the threshold open altogether. Another great trick too is like if you just leave it on the default and you just open up the threshold like this, it will give you some saturating properties, right? It will give you more juice, all right? And after that, what I'll do is I'll put my threshold all the way over here and I'll just ever so slightly pull it up to a light ratio. Remember, a lighter ratio is kind of like a scavenger. It kind of gathers all the berries and gathers everything together and really rounds it off, all right? And if I want the vocal to be hard and a little bit more jagged, kind of like the shape of the vocal, what I'll do is I'll use a higher ratio with the lower threshold. So you just play around with these knobs until you get it to sound good. The release time is also dependent on the flow of the rapper. So if the person's rapping fast, I'll usually go with a faster release time. But if they're rapping like decently a melodic speed, I'll keep it, maybe like a medium type of speed. Next thing you have right here is the expander portion. The expander is pretty important because the expander can add energy. Whenever you have a vocal that's lacking energy, you want to use the expansion part because the expander makes the vocal louder. Literally everything that drops below whatever this threshold is, I still don't understand that shit to this day. Threshold and all that shit. I ever just so slightly put my expander usually on 5 because I don't want it to pump it up too much, but ever so slightly on 5, and I fuck around with the threshold until it's just ever so slightly, just like bringing more life to the vocal. So everything, like all the quiet parts that fall down below, will be pushed up because of the expander.
Viens bye on fait le show. Pas de trace qui aurait visé sur un pack, multiples idées le flow. All eyes on me, en pleine lune, ma comique. Qui tige touche au plus près, la plus claire des lunes. 360 mec jack. Ça c'est moi qui étais quoi. OG mettons la lumière sur le passé. Je t'aime et qui t'aimera à vie dans mes pensées. Plus jamais 6 avec tous mes œufs dans le même panier. Perceur de causes cachées, bien que je continue de creuser. Je reconnais la pierre précieuse du colon au cristal. D'où je viens moi, les rêves sont interdits. Bien bye on fait le show. Et je touche au plus près, la plus claire des lunes. 360 mec jack. Ça c'est moi qui étais quoi. OG mettons la lumière sur le passé. Je t'aime et qui t'aimera à vie.
Yeah, so it's kind of like pumping up the vocal. So that's what I use to add energy and transient enhancement. Now, when it comes to the other type of SSLE, you have the V2 as well. The V2 is an incredible tool on rap melodic vocals. For example, I used it here as a distortion plugin. So it only gives you 2 different more types of filters, right? You have the blue, which is a different tone, and the black, which is on the original plugin. And you have also this distortion matrix right here, which is like the preamp and shit. So I like to use that when I'm looking to add texture to my ad libs. So specifically over here on these ad libs, I had used it right here. So let's look.
Moi qui étais quoi. OG mettons la lumière.
Because he's kind of like yelling and stuff like that. And, I still wanted to keep that aggression, even though I rolled off the top end. So that's why I brought this plugin in. Let's see what it sounds like without and with. So I feel like it adds a little bit more of a distortion effect. You could push it even harder if you want to go for like a Travis Scott, Don Toliver, really crispy fried chicken type of, really crispy and burnt type of ad libs. It's all coming down to your personal preference. Then we also have the NLS bus. I like to use something like an NLS bus, maybe maybe on the lead vocal or wherever I can, because I understand that this is sharing that same type of barbecue, honey hot flavor with the SSLE channel strip that can really glue everything together. So sometimes that's where the glue came from back in the day, not just the bus compressor, but from the fact that it's sharing the same components, which is like that VCA topology, those solid state components. So I applied those all on my ad libs, right? Because these right here are all, the purple ones are all separate from the lead vocal, right? The lead vocals got an SSLE channel strip, but then my ad libs, they don't have an SSLE channel strip, but to glue them together to feel like there's a common flavor, a common gene, a common, facial feature that lets you know that they're family, they're cousins, they're brothers. The NLS bus comes in there with a little bit of that saturation. So that's pretty much the end of the video here today. I just wanted to show you guys how I am using the SSLE channel strip to achieve, pro mainstream sounding rap melodic vocals in 2025. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You want to support the channel, check the links down below. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Like I said again, we're gonna keep dropping these videos this year, and we would love to see more ideas down below. So thanks a lot, YouTube gang. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Appreciate y'all. Peace.